Hi everybody, it's Nicole here. I'm your side hustle diva, and today I kind of have a helpful hint for my fellow delivery drivers. And this is a particular persistent issue that I seem to have with UberEats delivery drivers. I myself am a delivery driver. I drive on DoorDash, Instacart, Uber Eats, and Shipped. So I use and a local company. I deliver food and groceries on 5 different apps. Okay, now I have never had a unpleasant experience with any DoorDash driver, any Shipped or Instacart driver, or any of those other, companies, not even Grubhub. Okay. However, it seems that in my market, in the Stamford, Connecticut area, there is a persistent problem with the Uber Eats drivers. Now, it may go on in other markets as well. But especially with the changes that Uber has made to the Uber Eats app, or just the Uber app, where you can now apply the tip for your driver when you're paying for your order. You could say, do you want a tip now? And you can put in, whatever it calculates, however much percentage, or you could put in a custom amount. As a driver, I like to take care of my own. I like to take care of people who are doing the same job I'm doing because I can relate. And I know how much a $4 or a $6 boost can be on one order for somebody. That's what makes or break it, makes or break a person's night, especially if they focus just on deliveries. Okay. Now, maybe it's because they are Uber drivers who are opting to do deliveries while they're waiting to get ride requests. I understand that, because there tends to be like this resentment that they have to do these food deliveries, which they don't have to do, and they can very easily opt out of doing food deliveries, but yet they choose to do them. Or maybe they are just Uber Eats drivers. I don't know. But because I'm a driver and I understand both sides, I understand what it's like to be a driver and I understand what it's like to be a customer, I make sure that I'm very clear about finding my apartment building, how to get into my parking lot, and where to find the entrance door. And a lot of the times, I always ask them, I will meet them at their car. I'll meet them at the front door, because they can literally drive up with their car right to my front door. They don't have to get out of the car. I can just grab the food and go. It's very simple. They don't even have to get out of the car. So today I ordered food. I'm injured, so it's not always fun to stand at the stove and cook something for myself, because I can't stand that long. Or to go to the store and buy my groceries or whatever, or drive to go somewhere to get something to eat. Sometimes it's just a lot more convenient to order food, and that's what I've kind of been doing this weekend. Now, I'm outside waiting. I can see where the guy is. I had about 5 minutes before he arrived, so I decided to take my dog outside, and I left specific instructions on the app. Drive all the way around the building, come to the front door, the door closest to the front of the building, and I will meet you there. So I'm already outside. I got my dog. I'm outside. I'm in the yard in our property, and I'm waiting for the guy. So then I get a phone call, and he's like, "Yeah, it's your Uber Eats driver. Where are you?" I'm like, "Well, where are you?" Because I'm at the door, like I instructed. He goes, "You didn't leave any instructions." I says, "Oh, I absolutely did." I was like, "I know specifically what I put," because they're permanent instructions. They're on there. Like, there's instructions if I ask you to meet at the car, and there's instructions if I ask you to take it into the building and deliver it to my door. I have specific instructions. So I'm like, "Where are you?" So like he's going back, he's like, you didn't leave me any instructions. I says, I did. I know exactly what I put on the thing. Maybe you should read them. I says, because it tells you where to find the entrance and where I will be waiting for you. I says, and now I don't know where you are and I have a broken leg, so I'm not about to come track you down. So he drives all the way around the building and he's got an attitude. Okay? So he's got a pissy ass attitude with me. And he's arguing with me. But he finally finds me and he gives me my food. Now, ask yourself, did he get a tip? Because prior to that phone call, he was getting a tip. But since he wanted to be an asshole, he lost his tip and he got a bad rating. And that's what I'm going to do with everybody who treats me on Uber the way they do. And I even said to him, I says, listen to me. I am an UberEats driver. I know very specifically to put instructions because it can be confusing. I says, so I know I put clear instructions. I says, and I'm a driver. I'm telling him I'm a driver. Okay? That should give you an idea that, like, I know what I'm talking about, and you would have had a tip. He would have had a tip. And had he been polite and friendly and apologetic, and hey, you know what? Sometimes I myself forget to read delivery instructions, because if you are familiar with the app, the driver app, you know, sometimes you have to click certain things to see the full instructions. And sometimes we might be rushing and try and get through our delivery quickly and we don't take that time. At least sometimes that happens with me. When it happens and somebody asks me, did you see the delivery instructions, and I failed to do what they instructed, I am apologetic because that was my fault. And I do say I am very sorry. I did not see that. I apologize. You know, because sometimes people like, please don't ring the bell because my child is sleeping. And I completely understand why they would be upset. You know what I'm saying? But when you treat me like shit, and do you expect a tip? Like, does that $4 or that $6 you might have been getting, is it really worth you being a lippy asshole to me? And it just seems like it's certain men who have issue with women. They have these misogynistic issues with women. It could be culture. It could just be that there's something wrong with them personally, individually. I don't know. But there is a pattern emerging. And I do find it only on the UberEats app that I run into these problems. And it's the same kind of men over and over again. When I have, and it seems to only be when I'm at home, because I've used Uber when I was working at my job plenty of times, which is in the, like 2 towns over, and I've never had that problem with any of the drivers that have delivered there. It seems to just be this area, which makes me think that there's certain men who just have a problem doing Uber Eats deliveries. So here's my thing. Don't be argumentative to your customers. Okay? Yes, you're independent, but at the end of the day, that's going to make or break whether or not you get that extra $5, $6, maybe even $10 boost on your order. I delivered food to somebody that I had a personal problem with one time, okay? Like, I knew the person personally. I ended up getting their delivery order. I delivered the food. I still ended up with like an $8 tip. That person didn't have to tip me, but I was polite. I didn't let my personal issue with that person get in the way. I could have very easily I could have canceled the order, but I delivered it like a professional, and I still got a tip. Okay? With somebody that I have animosity with. So what does that say? Do not let your personal issues get in the way. And when I first started, I would get angry with people because of their stupidity. And I've learned to kind of, okay, say, listen, this ain't about you. So just do your delivery. if it angers you, oh well. Just deliver the food to the people, whatever the case may be, and just move on, because those issues are not worth it, and getting aggravated is not worth it. And you're out there to make the most money you can. So why are you shooting yourself in the foot? Especially with another fellow driver who is more than happy to tip you and take care of her fellow drivers. Why would you do that? It really reflects poorly on you. And that's it. Like I said, I've not had this experience with DoorDash drivers or Grubhub drivers or Instacart or Ship drivers. Nothing. Never had this problem. I only have it with the UberEats drivers in the Stamford, Connecticut area. And you guys need to step it up and curb your attitudes. So that is all I have to say about that. I hope you all have a great weekend. And if you're out there hustling, I hope you're making the money. And I hope to be out on the road again real soon. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye.